So basically we are discussing about the SN1 mechanism. So we are going to discuss about the SN1 mechanism. See what happens in SN1 mechanism. This is basically 3-degree alkyl halide in the first step. First step we also call slowest step. In the first step there is formation of carbocation. So this step we also call as rate determining step. So when leaving group removes, then it forms a carbocation which is planar in nature, and there is a chances of rearrangement. There is a chances of rearrangement. Now in the second step, which is fast step. Now in the second step, which is fast step, this nucleophile can attack from above the plane. Also, this nucleophile can attack from below the plane. So first step is RDS and second step is fast step. And the carbocation form is planar, therefore chances of rearrangement. So nucleophile can attack from above the plane and also from the below the plane. So products obtained after the attack of nucleophile, we can see. So the products obtained after the attack of nucleophile are basically like this. You can see this is basically the planar carbocation. This is R1, this is R2, and this is R3, and this is carbocation which is planar basically. So this is trigonal planar geometry in this way. When nucleophile attacks, this nucleophile attacks from above the plane and from below the plane. So two possibilities of products are there. So this step is basically the fast step. Second step is fast step. Now this is carbon, this is R1. If you can take this as R2, you can take this one as R3, and nucleophile attacks. So basically this product is basically retention, and draw the mirror image. Draw the mirror image of the same compound. When you draw the mirror image of the same compound, this is R1, this is again R3. Now nucleophile comes by this side, and this is R2. So this is basically the retention product. This is retention product, and this is inversion product. And when both retention and inversion both occurs, this process we call racemization. This process we call racemization. So in this case, racemization occurs. In this case, racemization occurs. Now see the features of SN1 reaction. What are the features? What are the features of SN1 reaction? So what are the features of SN1 reaction? See, the first feature of this reaction is first step of the reaction. The first step of reaction is basically RDS. The first step of reaction is basically RDS. What is RDS? This is rate determining step. This is rate determining step. So first step of the reaction is rate determining step, which is RDS. Now in the second step, what is this? Basically the change in concentration, which is dx by dt, we call rate. So rate depends only on the concentration of alkyl halide. Rate depends only on the concentration of alkyl halide raised to the power 1. Therefore we can say the order. Therefore we can say the order of reaction is 1. And also point number D. So order of reaction is 1. Also we can say the molecularity. Also we can say the molecularity of the reaction is also 1. So rate is 1. So the order of reaction is 1, and also molecularity of the reaction is 1. Now, how we can compare the rate? So basically the rate of SN1, the rate of SN1 is directly proportional. The rate of SN1 is directly proportional to the stability of carbocation. Rate of SN1 is directly proportional to the stability of carbocation. More stable carbocation means more rate of reaction. More stability of carbocation, faster reaction means more rate of reaction. So please note this point. This is very important. Questions has been asked in the examination from this point. Now, if chiral alkyl halide is given, note number two. If note number two, chiral chiral alkyl halide, if chiral alkyl halide, if chiral alkyl halide is given, if chiral alkyl halide is given, then racemization takes place. Then racemization takes place. Then racemization takes place. So we can say if chiral alkyl halide is given, then there is always racemization. Then there is always racemization. So in SN1, both retention and inversion products are obtained. This question has been asked in NEET. This question has been asked in NEET. Both retention, and inversion product. Both retention and inversion product are obtained. Both retention and inversion product are obtained. Both retention and inversion product are obtained in SN1. In SN1, however, the amount of, however, the amount of inversion product is more. However, the amount of inversion product form, the amount of inversion product, however, the amount of inversion product form in more amount. In more amount. Please note this that point. This is very important. Both retention and inversion product are obtained in SN1, but the amount of inversion product is slightly greater than the amount of, is more than the amount of retention, more than the amount of retention product. So inversion product is greater than retention in SN1. Inversion product is greater than retention product in SN1. Please note this point. Now see, as we know the rate of SN1, reaction, basically we can say the rate of SN1 reaction is directly proportional. The rate of SN1 reaction is directly proportional to the stability of carbocation. Directly proportional to the stability of carbocation. See, if the alkyl halide is given like this, this is benzene, CH2 and X, and this is CH2 double bond, CH and CH2X, and this is carbon having 3 alkyl groups R, R, R and X, and this is R, C, R, H and X, and this is R, C, H2, X, and we have to compare the rate of reaction. We have to compare the rate of reaction. When you want to compare the rate of reaction, first of all, break the bond of carbon and halogen. First of all, break the bond of carbon and halogen. First of all, break the bond of carbon and halogen. So this carbon halogen bond breaks and carbocation is formed. So draw all the carbocation. Draw all the carbocation. The first carbocation obtained after removal of leaving group is benzyl carbocation. This is which carbocation? This is basically the benzyl carbocation. This is benzyl carbocation. So when this leaving group removes, it forms CH2 double bond CH and CH2 positive. This is basically the allyl carbocation. This is basically the allyl carbocation. Now, when this halogen removes, this is basically the 3-degree carbocation. This is basically the 3-degree carbocation. Now, when this halogen removes, this is basically the 2-degree carbocation. This is 3-degree carbocation, and this is 2-degree carbocation after removal of halogen. When this halogen removes, this is basically the 1-degree carbocation. This is basically the 1-degree carbocation. When you compare the stability, in benzyl there is resonance. In benzyl there is resonance, and also with resonance 5 resonating structures are there. More resonating structures means more stable carbocation. There is also, this is allyl carbocation. There is also resonating structures, but how many resonating structures are there? There is only 2 RS. There is 5 RS and there is only 2 RS. Now, when R is CS3, there is 3 alpha hydrogen. There is also 3 alpha hydrogen, and there is also 3 alpha hydrogen. So 3-degree carbocation is more stable as compared to 2-degree, and 2-degree carbocation is more stable as compared to 1-degree. And allyl carbocation due to resonance, is more stable than 3-degree, and benzyl carbocation is more stable than allyl due to more number of resonating structures. So the rate of reaction we can compare this order of stability of carbocation. So because the stability of carbocation is directly proportional to rate of SN1 reaction, so the order of carbocation stability and the rate of SN1 reaction will be same. So this is the way after removal of halogen, by the stability of carbocation, you can compare the rate of SN1 reaction. Now see another question related to the rate of reaction. I will give you another question related to rate of reaction of SN1. See, question is like this. This is basically the benzyl chloride. Benzyl chloride means benzene with CH2Cl. And with respect to benzyl chloride at para position, NO2 group is there. This is first compound. Now see the second compound. Again, second compound is also benzyl chloride. Second compound is also benzyl chloride. Now see the third compound. Third compound also again, this is basically the benzyl chloride, which is CH2Cl. With respect to benzyl chloride at para position, there is OH group. Now see again, this is basically the benzene CH2Cl, and at the para position there is methyl group. And we have to compare the rate. We have to compare the rate of SN1 reaction. We have to compare the rate of SN1 reaction. First of all, identify the groups. So after removal of leaving group, the carbocation obtained The carbocation obtained in all cases is basically the benzyl carbocation. Is basically the benzyl carbocation after removal of leaving group. So after removal of leaving group, benzyl carbocation is formed. After removal of leaving group, benzyl carbocation is formed. There also, after removal of leaving group, benzyl carbocation is formed. Now there is CH3, there is OH group, and there is NO2 group, and there is NO2 group. Now identify each and every. we know we know the stability. We know the stability of carbocation is directly proportional to plus M group, plus H group, and plus I group, while the stability of carbocation is inversely proportional to minus M group, minus H group, and minus I group. Now identify the groups. Very easily. You can identify. You see this NO2 at para position will behave as minus M group. This OH at para position will behave as plus M group, plus M. Write this as plus M. So this will behave as plus M group, and this CH3 will behave as plus H group, Now plus M is more powerful than plus H, and plus H is more powerful than plus I. In the same way, minus M is more powerful than minus H, and minus H is more powerful than minus I. So out of plus M and plus H, more electron releasing is plus M group. And we have to compare the rate of the reaction. So we can easily say the rate of reaction is basically depends on the stability of carbocation. So if it is given as first number, this is second, this is third, and this is fourth. Now plus M will donate electrons, and plus M more powerful, so more stable carbocation will be formed. So most stable carbocation is third, then plus M, then plus H. See, the plus H group is where? At fourth position. So fourth is more stable. Then after there is minus M. Minus M decreases stability, while in second there is no group is present. So second, and then least stable is first. So this is basically the order of rate of SN1 reaction. It depends on the stability of carbocation. You can compare in this way. Now now see another question based on the rate of SN1 reaction. Before writing this question, identify this carbocation. This carbocation we call CPM. CPM is basically cyclopropyl. CPM is basically cyclopropyl methyl cation. And this compound is extra stable. Why this is extra stable? Due to dancing resonance. CPM carbocation is extra stable due to dancing resonance. So due to dancing resonance in cyclopropyl methyl cation, it is extra stable carbocation. Now see the question. We have to compare the rate. So one of the compound given is this one, Cl. and one of the compound given is this one, and one of the compound given is this one. We have to compare the rate of SN1 reaction. We have to compare the rate of SN1 reaction. What is the rate of SN1 reaction in these three compounds? This is first one, this is second one, and this is third one. We have to compare the rate of reaction in these three compounds. See how we can compare the rate. First of all, break the carbon chlorine bond and form carbocation. So carbocation obtained by the removal of chlorine is this one. This carbocation is formed, and the carbocation formed after removal of chlorine is this one, and the carbocation obtained after removal of chlorine is this one. So these three carbocations are formed after removal of Cl. Now see, in first compound, each and every carbon atom, each and every carbon atom of this compound is sp2 hybridized. sp2 hybridized means planar. So this is planar. Yes. Positive charge, single bond, double bond, single, double, single, then positive. It means second condition is also fulfilled. This is conjugated system. So this is conjugated system. Second condition is also fulfilled. Now see third condition of Huckel rule. Third condition is 4n plus 2 pi electrons. Now see, there is how many electrons? 1, 2, 3, 4. So how many electrons are there? 4 pi electrons. And 4 pi electrons is a condition of anti-aromatic. So the first compound is anti-aromatic. First compound is anti-aromatic because it has 4 pi electrons in the ring. Now see another part. In another part again, this carbon sp2 hybridized, this carbon also sp2 hybridized, this carbon also sp2 hybridized, this carbon also sp2, this is also sp2, this is also sp2, and this is also sp2. Now see how many conjugated system, positive charge, single, double, single, double, single, double, and then single. So this is again sp2 planar, sp2 planar, and also this is also a conjugated system. Yes, this is also a conjugated system. And how many electrons are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 and 6. So how many electrons are there in a ring? 6 pi electrons. So all conditions are fulfilled, and the second one compound is aromatic in nature. So second compound is aromatic in nature. Now see for third. This carbon is sp2. This is carbon is also sp2, and this carbon is also sp2. So this is basically sp2 carbon, means this molecule is also planar. This molecule is also planar. Now again, this molecule is planar. Again, positive, single, double, single, then positive. It means this system is also a conjugated system. This system is also a conjugated system. So this is also a conjugated system. Now see the number of electrons in the ring. How many electrons are there? 2 pi electrons. So again, this compound is also aromatic. This compound is also aromatic. And we know the stability. Aromatic compounds are more stable, and anti-aromatic compounds are least stable. Aromatic most stable, anti-aromatic least stable, and non-aromatic have in between them stability. Now, one is anti-aromatic and two compounds are aromatic. Second and third compound is aromatic. So second and third compound is aromatic, but in case of second there is more resonance. So in case of second, more RS, more resonating structures than in third. So in third there are less resonating structures. So in second there is more resonating structures. Therefore, when we compare the stability of carbocation, so second one carbocation is most stable. Second one carbocation is most stable then third one carbocation and then first one. So this is the stability order of carbocation. Also we can say the stability of carbocation and the rate of reaction. This is also same. So we can say the rate of reaction, SN1 rate of reaction is faster for second and slowest for first and for third in between. So this is the order of rate of reaction. This is the order of rate of reaction. You can easily compare. Now see the another question based on the rate of SN1 reaction. This is related to CPM. We have to compare the rate of SN1 reaction. Compare the rate of SN1 reaction. So the first compound given is this one, CH2Cl, and the second one given is this one, CHCl, this one. Now see, the third one given is CCl, this one, this one, and this one. So these compounds are given. These compounds are given. Now see what happens. First of all, break the bond of carbon chlorine. Also break the bond of carbon chlorine. Also break the bond of carbon chlorine. Now you can see the carbocation obtained after the removal of leaving group. So the carbocation obtained is this one. This carbocation is obtained. And in this case also, the carbocation obtained is like this, CH having positive charge, and there is also a ring. Now again in this case also, this carbocation, carbon bears positive charge, this carbon bears positive charge. Now this, so we can see this is basically the cyclopropyl methyl cation. And CPM, we know in CPM there is dancing resonance. In CPM there is dancing resonance. There is one CPM ring and there is two CPM rings, you can see, and there is three CPM rings, 1, 2 and 3. So one CPM ring, in this case two CPM rings, in this case three CPM rings. More CPM rings means more number of CPM rings means more number of CPM rings means more resonance. When more resonance means more stability of carbocation. So we can say if it is first number, it is second number, and it is third number. So the rate of SN1 is faster for the third, then second, and then first. So third is most stable carbocation, therefore more rate of reaction for third, then second, and then first. So this is basically the rate of SN1 reaction. Now see another question based on the rate of SN1 reaction. The question is, the compound given is like this, C6H5 CH2Cl. Another compound given is C6H5 twice CHCl. Now see the another question. Another is given C6H5 thrice CCl. These three compounds are given. This is the first one compound. This is the second one compound. And this is the third one compound. What we have to compare? We have to compare the rate of SN1 reaction. We have to compare the rate of SN1 reaction. So what is basically the rate of SN1 reaction? What is basically the rate of SN1 reaction? You can also draw the structural formula of this compound. This is C6H5, this is CH2, and this is Cl. Now again there are two rings of benzene. One of the ring is C6H5, same. Now CCl, and on carbon there is hydrogen also, and there is two rings of benzene which is attached with the carbon like this. in third one there is three phenyl rings attached with carbon, so form three rings attached with carbon like this. Three rings attached with carbon. There are also three rings attached with carbon, and on this carbon there is chlorine. On this carbon there is chlorine. Now see, when carbon chlorine bond is break, when we break carbon chlorine bond, when we break carbon chlorine bond, when we break carbon chlorine bond. So this is benzyl carbocation. This carbocation is in resonance with benzene. So this benzene will stabilize. This benzene will stabilize this carbocation. So how many resonating structures are possible? So you can say 5 resonating structures are possible for this compound. First one. Now see in the second compound. In second compound, after removal of Cl, positive charge is present on this carbon atom. So this positive charge is in resonance with first ring. Also this positive charge is in resonance with second ring. It means in second one more resonating structures are possible. Why? While in the third one, after the removal of Cl, the positive charge will be generated on carbon. Again carbocation is formed. This positive charge is in resonance with this benzene ring. This positive charge is in resonance with this benzene ring, and this positive charge again is in resonance with this benzene ring. So in third structure there are more resonating structures due to three benzene rings. So more RS in the case of third one. When more RS means more resonating structures in the case of third one. So we can say due to more RS means this compound having more rate of reaction. So we can say the rate of reaction fastest in the case of third one, then second one, and then first one. So this is the correct order of rate of SN1 reaction. This is the correct order of rate of SN1 reaction. Now write some note related to SN1 reaction. What are the notes related to SN1 reaction? See, note number one. Note number one. Basically, SN1 reaction is favored by polar protic solvent. SN1 reaction is favored by polar protic solvent. So we can say SN1 reaction. We can say SN1 reaction is favored. SN1 reaction is favored by polar protic solvent. We have already discussed about this polar. We have already discussed about polar protic solvent. See the examples of polar protic solvent like water. Water is a polar protic solvent. Also, alcohol. It is also a polar protic solvent. And RNH2. This is also a polar protic solvent. RNHR. This is also a polar protic solvent. Phenol. This is also a polar protic solvent. Acetic acid. This is also a polar protic solvent. All these are basically the polar protic solvents. So SN1 reaction is basically favored by the polar protic solvent. And also note number two. Note number two. What is note number two? See, basically SN1 reactions are favored by Lewis acids. So we will say SN1 reaction. SN1 reaction is also favored. SN1 reaction is also favored. SN1 reaction is also favored by Lewis acids, is also favored by SN1 reaction is also favored by Lewis acids. Like SN1 reaction is also favored by Lewis acids like AlCl3 is a Lewis acid, and also ZnCl2 is also Lewis acid, and super acids like and acids super acids like SbCl5. Why I am discussing this SbCl5? Because you will see the question has been asked in the previous year when SbCl5 is used. So in presence of SbCl5, SN1 mechanism is favored. Also, if we use SbF5, then also SN1 reaction will be favored. So SN1 reactions are favored by Lewis acids, and also SN1 reactions are favored by polar protic solvents. So this is all about the SN1 reaction. This is all about the SN1 reaction. Now we will discuss about the nucleophilic substitution reaction via second order. So we are going to discuss about next, that is SN2 reaction. This is SN2 reaction. So we will discuss about the SN2 reaction. Now see, we called SN2 reaction basically bimolecular. We called SN2 reaction basically bimolecular nucleophilic substitution reaction. So we called SN2 reaction as bimolecular nucleophilic bimolecular substitution nucleophilic substitution reaction. We called SN2. Now see, for example, and we already know polar aprotic solvent. We already know in medium polar aprotic solvent favors polar aprotic solvent always favors polar aprotic solvent always favors SN2 reaction. So polar aprotic solvent always favors SN2 reaction. For example, if there is CS3X, and nucleophile comes, so basically when we see CX bond is polar, this is partial negative and this is partial positive. So this nucleophile will attack from the back side. And when nucleophile attack from back side, so the product obtained is nucleophile CS3, and this leaving group will be removed. As we can easily identify by keeping the mirror, in between them, so we can easily see this compound gets inverted after the attack of nucleophile. So this compound gets inverted after the attack of nucleophile. So we can easily say in this case the product obtained always is inverted product. So we say inversion occurs. We always say in SN2 there is inversion. Now we will discuss about the mechanism of this reaction. So we will discuss about the mechanism of SN2. Mechanism of SN2 reaction. So what is basically the mechanism of SN2 reaction? See, what is the mechanism of SN2 reaction? So in the first step, like CS3X, so on carbon there is hydrogen, and also there is halogen. Now when nucleophile comes, so nucleophile comes, as this bond is polar, so this is partial negative and this is partial positive. Now this nucleophile will attack. Now this nucleophile will attack from the back side. This nucleophile will attack from the back side. When nucleophile adds, the carbon will form 5 bonds. This carbon will form 5 bonds and arrange in this way. And arrange in this way like CH, H, H, and here it is, and here it is nucleophile, and here it is X, and here it is X. Now, when nucleophile attacks, this leaving group will remove because there are five bonds formed by carbon. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But only 4 bonds are stable. But only 4 bonds are stable. So this carbon becomes pentavalent. This carbons become pentavalent. So this carbon becomes pentavalent carbon. And this pentavalent carbon is basically the transition state. This is also the transition state. Now, this leaving group will removed. This leaving group will removed, and the product obtained will be like this. The product obtained will be like this: CH, 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 and this is nucleophile. You can easily identify the difference. This CH3 group was on left side, but now CH3 group is on right hand side. Leaving group is on right hand side. Now the nucleophile comes in place of leaving group is on left hand side. So this is basically the inversion. This is basically the inversion of configuration occurs. So this is basically the inversion of configuration. Now see some points about this. This is basically the CX bond. On carbon there is hydrogen. There is also hydrogen, and there is also hydrogen. So in the first step, when nucleophile attacks from backside, a nucleophile attacks from backside on carbon atom, this is partial negative and this is partial positive. So 5-member transition state is formed like this. This is carbon, hydrogen, hydrogen, and this is nucleophile, and this is basically the leaving group X. So this carbon is basically pentavalent carbon. This carbon is basically, we call this carbon as pentavalent carbon. And also this state we call transition state. This state we also call that transition state. And also carbocation does not rearrange. So there is no rearrangement of carbocation. There is no rearrangement. There is no rearrangement of carbocation. Now, when leaving group removes, product obtained is nucleophile. This carbon, basically this product gets inverted. So this CH3 group will come on right hand side like this. H. This is basically the H, and this is H, and this is H like this. So this product obtained is basically the inverted product. This product obtained is basically the inverted product. Also we call this as Walden inversion. This phenomena of inversion of product, we call this as inversion product. We call this as Walden inversion or inversion product. So this is basically the single step reaction. This is basically the single step reaction. So now see the features of SN2. What are the features? We are going to discuss about the features of SN2 reaction. We are going to discuss about the features of SN2 reaction. What are the features of SN2 reaction? Basically the SN2 reaction is a single step reaction. SN2 reaction is a single step reaction. SN2 is a single step reaction, and the rate of SN2 reaction reaction is basically, we can say, the rate of SN2 reaction, which is dx upon dt, which is dx upon dt. K is proportionality constant. So rate of this reaction depends on the concentration of alkyl halide. Also depends on the concentration of nucleophile. So we can say the order of this reaction. We can say the order of reaction is basically what? The order of reaction is basically the concentration of Rx is 1 and also the concentration of nucleophile is 1. So order of reaction is basically 1 plus 1, it means 2. So order of reaction is 1 plus 1 means 2. And also the molecularity and also the molecularity of the reaction is also 2. Molecularity of the reaction is also 2. So these are the features of, so this is the first feature, this is the second feature, this is third, and this is fourth. Now see the next feature, the next feature of this reaction. Also we can say the rate of SN2. Also we can say the rate of SN2 reaction. The rate of SN2 reaction is directly proportional to leaving group tendency. Is directly proportional to leaving group tendency. So the rate of SN2 reaction is directly proportional to the leaving group tendency, and also the rate of SN2 reaction is inversely proportional to the steric hindrance, and also the rate of SN2 reaction is inversely proportional to the steric hindrance. So inversely proportional to steric hindrance and directly proportional to leaving group tendency. See the another feature of SN2 reaction, that is F. Another feature of SN2 reaction. Basically SN2 reaction is favored. Basically the SN2 reaction is favored by polar aprotic solvents. So SN2 reaction is basically favored by polar aprotic solvents. So polar aprotic solvents favors SN2 reaction. So what are the polar aprotic solvents? For example, like acetone, like acetone, like dimethyl sulfoxide. What is dimethyl sulfoxide? CH3, CS double bond O CH3. For example, DMF. What is DMF? This is dimethyl formamide, like this, and CH3, CH3, H, C double bond O. This is dimethyl formamide. DMF is also polar aprotic solvent. Like DMA. What is DMA? That is dimethyl acetamide. This is dimethyl acetamide. This is CH3 and this is also CH3. So these all are basically polar aprotic solvents. These all are basically polar aprotic solvents. Now, if you want to compare the rate of SN2, like I'm giving you the question, you want to compare the rate. You want to compare the rate of SN2 reaction. Rate of SN2 reaction for the following compounds, like one of them is CS3X, like one of them is CS3X and another is RCH2X, and the another compound is RCHRX, and the another compound given is RCRR and X. Now see, basically there is only one carbon, there is two carbon, and there is two carbon plus one carbon in branch, and there is three carbons in branch. So we can say this is basically less sterically hindered. So we can say there is less steric hindrance. In this case, first case, there is less steric hindrance. When less steric hindrance means more stable transition state. Less steric hindrance means more stable transition state, and more stable transition state means more rate of reaction, means more rate of reaction. While in the last case, while in the last case, there is more steric hindrance. In last case, there is more steric hindrance. So in the last case, there is more steric hindrance, and more steric hindrance means less stable transition state. More steric hindrance, less stable transition state. It means the rate of SN2, the rate of SN2 is less, while the rate of SN1 is more. So in this way, we can say if less steric hindrance, more rate of reaction. If more steric hindrance, less SN2. So the order of rate of reaction will be less steric hindrance than this, than this. So this is the correct order of SN2 reaction. This is basically the correct order of rate of SN2 reaction. Now see another question based on this. Another question is, we have to compare the rate of SN2. We have to compare the rate of SN2 reaction, and we have to compare the rate of SN2 reaction for CH3F. Compare the rate of SN2 reaction for CH3F, CH3Cl, CH3Br, and CH3I. Now you can see, basically we know the rate of SN2 reaction also. So the rate of SN2 basically directly proportional to leaving group ability and inversely proportional to steric hindrance, and inversely proportional to steric hindrance and directly proportional to leaving group ability. We know leaving group, which is better leaving group. Iodine is a better leaving group and F is a poor leaving group. So I, then Br, then Cl. This is the order of leaving group. So rate of reaction, SN2 reaction is fastest in case of, we can say the rate, we can say the rate of SN2 reaction is fastest in the case of CH3Cl and slowest in the case of CH3F, then CH3Cl there, not CH3. This one is basically CH3I. So fastest in case of I. So then after CH3F, CH3Cl, then CH3Br, and then CH3I. So this is the correct order of SN2 reaction based on the leaving group tendency, based on the leaving group tendency. Now we are looking for the some questions related to SN1 and SN2. So some questions related to SN1 and SN2. See what are the questions related to SN1 and SN2. So first question I'm going to discuss with you is question number 1. So question number 1 is basically a compound is given like this: CH3, C, CH3, CH3, and CH2Cl. This compound is given, and the reaction of this compound in presence of water, in presence of water. So this compound is basically neopentyl chloride. This compound is basically neopentyl chloride. This is neopentyl chloride. See, we know this H2O is basically polar protic solvent. This H2O is basically polar protic solvent. And we know polar protic solvent favors SN1. Polar protic solvent favors SN1. So this reaction will takes place through SN1 mechanism. This reaction will takes place through SN1 mechanism. In SN1 mechanism, leaving group will remove and carbocation is formed. So in the first step, there is formation of carbocation. In the first step, there is formation of carbocation. So this is basically 1 degree carbocation. So after leaving group is removed, 1 degree carbocation is formed. This is 1 degree carbocation. Now this methyl group, because three methyl groups are there. So out of these three, any one methyl group can shift. So in the next step, what we are going to do, we are going to do 1 2 methyl shift. So we are going to do is 1 2 methyl shift. So after 1 2 methyl shift, what happens? This CH3, C positive, CH3, and there CH2, CH3. So this is 1 2 methyl shift. After 1 2 methyl shift, this carbocation is formed. This carbocation is formed, which is 3 degree, which is 3 degree carbocation. Because in SN1 there is rearrangement of carbocation occur. In SN1 there is rearrangement. In SN1 there is rearrangement of carbocation can occur. Now, now this is most stable carbocation. Now nucleophile will attack. So nucleophile is basically H2O. So nucleophile is H2O. Now this H2O having lone pair of electron. So this nucleophile will attack on the more stable carbocation. So when nucleophile attacks on this carbon atom, product obtained is like this: CH3, C, CH3, and CH2, and CH, and this oxygen having the positive charge. This oxygen having the positive charge after donation of electron pair. Now, this oxygen ion is less stable. This oxygen ion is less stable. So what happens? Then? This H will be removed. This H will be removed. When this H is removed, so the final product obtained is CH3C, CH3, OH, and CH2, CH3. So this is the product obtained. Because solvent is a polar protic solvent, therefore the mechanism followed here is SN1 mechanism. So mechanism followed there is SN1 mechanism. Now see the another question based on the mechanism. See another question. The another question is like CH3, CH, CH3, CH2, Cl, and the reagent used in this compound is ETOH. Again, ETOH is what? ETOH is C2H5OH. This is again a polar protic solvent, and polar protic solvent always favors SN1, and polar protic solvent always favors SN1. So in the first step, there is formation of carbocation. In the first step, there is formation of carbocation like this: CH3C, CH3, and CH2 positive, and CH2 positive. Now you can again see this is basically the 1 degree carbocation. This is basically 1 degree carbocation. And in SN1 there is chances of rearrangement. And in SN1 there is chances of rearrangement. So there is chances of rearrangement. So this carbocation can rearrange from 1 degree to more stable carbocation if possibility. As on nearest carbon there is two CH3 groups. There is two CH3 groups. Also there is hydrogen. Also there is hydrogen also there. So you can write this hydrogen also. Now hydrogen is also there. Now you can see, write this in a proper way. This is basically the hydrogen. This is hydrogen there. Oh, wait. This is basically the hydrogen. Write this like now. Two CH3 groups are there and one hydrogen is there. Now what happens? We know the migrating aptitude. The migrating aptitude the migrating power of H minus is more than CH3 minus. So in this case, what will happen? 1,2 hydride shift will occur. So 1,2 hydride shift will occur for stability of carbocation. So 1,2 hydride shift will occur. So now the carbocation obtained after 1,2 hydride shift is CH3, C positive, CH3 and CH3. So this is basically the 3-degree carbocation most stable carbocation. This is basically 3-degree carbocation most stable carbocation. Now the nucleophile, which is ETOH, oxygen having lone pair of electron. Now this nucleophile will attack. Now this nucleophile will attack on more stable carbocation. Now this nucleophile will attack on more stable carbocation, and after the attack of nucleophile, it will be like O, oxygen having positive charge, and H and ET. ET means this is basically ethanol. ET means basically this is ethanol, like this, like from this arrow, and this is basically ET. Now what happens? The positive charge on oxygen is less stable, therefore bond will break and H plus is removed. When H plus removed, the final product obtained is CH3, 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 and there it is OET, and there it is OET. So this is basically the final product obtained by SN1 mechanism. So this is all about, we have discussed about SN1 mechanism and SN2, and some questions we have also discussed about there. In next lecture, we will discuss some more things about the mechanism.